Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. It's been a couple of days since we've done a comic book review of a real physical comic book that you can hold in your hand. And this came out, I don't know how long ago. It's been a while. And, yeah. I finally got around to reading, man. I got like a million books I gotta read. They're piled up all over the place. It's kind of shameful. I'm ashamed of myself. But I'm trying to get back on track, trying to read stuff. And we got Draculina number 2. A lot of this issue is just exposition and setting stuff up. It was kind of a drag in places, but I gotta say, Christopher Priest is doing a pretty good job. We get these like scenes that are set in the astral plane, where Draculina is like reliving her nightmarish torture or whatever. Like I don't really quite understand, 100% like what's going on in some of this book, but these pages in particular, the black and white grayscale stuff, it's got a mood. It's got like it just looks good, man. Like these pages are just kind of like, whoa. I would read like by this artist, I would read like a horror comic drawn by this dude, all in black and white grayscale like this. I think it'd be fantastic. So, all right. So let me sit back for a second. So you got like Katie, right? She's a little girl. Yep, there she is. And then you got Draculina, and they're like alternate universe versions of themselves. She's Lilith's daughter, and she's whatever, I don't know. And they swap places with this magic candle, gets lit, she goes poof, and becomes her, lets her free, and then she goes and rampages around. And in the issues of Sacred Six, apparently the Vampirella that was running around there was actually Draculina, not Vampirella, which I don't know how that changes anything I read in that comic, because I gotta be honest, I'm reading all these comic books here by Christopher Priest, right? All these Vampirella books. I've got like Unholy number 4 there, Unholy 3 over here, and I don't know where the other 2 issues are, but I got to read all that still. I got all that, and I got to read it. Like I'm trying to keep up with all this stuff, and I can't keep any of it straight, man. It just twists in and around on itself, kind of like the Gordian knot. So I don't know what makes sense, what changes what, or any of that kind of stuff. But this is the world we live in, where we got Draculina number 2. Ton of exposition, some pretty good looking art. Uh, she's about to die, and so her little pet rat buddy is trying to get the candle, and the candle got like stuck in the hubcap of a car or whatever, and it's going crazy because the last issue ended, I do believe, with Draculina trying to kill Katie via car crash. Oh, where's something at that I can show related to this? Yeah, here we go. Right there. Now, meanwhile, while all this stuff is going on, we got like some dude getting interrogated by a guy who's becoming increasingly more. Oh, look, it's her dad. Say hello to Belial. There we go. All right. So he's entered the picture. So that's kind of like the only thing that really advances the plot is him showing up, making his presence known. There's a little bit of like scheming in the Dark World stuff, the Astral Plane, whatever that is. Like that's all cool and great and all. But a lot of this book, I've read this book. Let me just put this here. I've read this book, right? I read this whole thing, and I don't know that I could tell you what actually happened when, because we jump around through time. We're going here, we're going here, we're going here, we're going here. The story doesn't progress linear. The story is very non-linear, and while that can be interesting and stuff, and Christopher Priest has been doing it for, I don't know, 40 issues of comic books, I don't know that it's telling a particularly the story in a particularly effective fashion. It's certainly evocative, and it certainly results in some great juxtapositions. We got this black and white stuff where she's, shooting, and then you flip over past an advertisement, and you get like Katie here talking to that detective or whatever. It lets contrasts happen, but I don't know that it's necessarily super effective because I read this like 30 minutes ago, and except for Belial showing up and talking to a dude, like I don't know that I could really tell you a whole lot of what was actually happening in this comic book. So take that for what it is. I kind of like it. The art's nice, and I'm invested in knowing where this goes. But is it actually good? I have no idea because I can't make heads or tails half of what's been written in this series. Like, I think if I went back and I started reading Dracula, that's right. Oh my gosh, Dracula, Vampirella from the first issue, and I read Sacred Six and all that. I don't even know if I could piece all this stuff together without sitting down with like a pen and paper and taking notes and studying this like an academic text or something. There's just a lot going on, and it doesn't slow down, but I kind of like it. So those are my thoughts on Draculina number 2. It's belated. I think like number 3 is coming out next week or another week later. Like it soon, soon. So at least we got this out the door. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye bye.